Hi guys, welcome back to Melbourne Fruitopia. Why did we have a lot of rain yesterday? And wow, did the tropical plants love it. I didn't come out to film the rain, which I should have done, but it was the heaviest rainfall that I've seen here in my location for at least 10 years. Yeah, but for some reason, Weather Zone only reported 15 millimeters of rainfall. It was more like 50 millimeters, in my opinion. It bucketed down. So here we go. We got the Glen mango moving along with all its flowers. Right, it's that time of the year, November, and wow, what can I say? Looks like it's going to be a beautiful year again this year. Last year we only got one fruit. There was at least 50 fruit on the tree last December, the beginning of summer, but they all fell. And by January there was only 10 left. And in February, 3 left. So yeah, you can go from 50 fruitlets to 1 only. That's how these mangoes work when they're young. Well, this is not really young. This is my oldest mango at 6 or 7 years old, probably 7. So yeah, that's the Glen. I'm so happy with this tree. I bought a second one recently from Daly's. So we have 2 Glens now. And just before the rain came down yesterday, I decided to mow the lawns. Yeah. So spent half the day mowing. A lot of work, guys, but worth a result, as you can see. All the passion fruit there is coming along. Looks like it's going to be a bumper crop this year. There's over 50 of them that I can see with my naked eye, and there's probably 50 more coming over summer. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And the Chama here is still flowering in places. And you can see it's still dripping water from yesterday. See all the rain there? I tell you guys, it was so much so much rain. It was scary at one moment because I thought there was going to be an inundation into the house. So that's the Chama with its fruitlets. Yeah. And the lemon guava also getting close to flowering. Still at that stage. Ready to open there. Hundreds again. Every year there's hundreds of lemon guava. This one is my oldest at again 6 or 7 years old. The Namroy pomelo dropped its big pomelo yesterday in the rain. It just fell. So that was a little sad because I wanted to pick it for you guys on camera, but unfortunately it fell on the ground. We'll do a weigh and a taste test in a video coming up on the Namroy pomelo. And just before we mowed the lawn yesterday, as you can see, it's all mowed. I decided to take off almost all of the yellow leaves here on the custard apple, the Paxton Prolific. Most of the leaves are still on here, But a lot of them I pulled off. The ones that were yellow, right? Like that. They say you should pull them all off around this time of the year, November, even October, even September, if you're in Sydney. But I don't do that, guys. I just let the tree do its thing, and it's still coming forward with what it wants to do, as you can see here. All right, there's two flower buds coming, one there and one here. Well, they look like flower buds. They're very small. Could just be pushing growth. So we have, yeah, there's some more there. We have last season's fruit. There were only, how many there? 3. This one is the biggest one of the 3. Right, I'm just waiting for it to get soft. But as I've said before, I haven't had much luck with this Paxton Prolific, even though I've had it for 7 years, believe it or not. I still haven't got sweetness out of it. You know, I get some nice big fruit. This year we didn't get big ones, but big or not, the sugar is lacking. Yeah, it's lacking sugar. So we'll see how it tastes this time. There's a little one there, and another little one here. And for some reason, this one held on too all winter, this little freak. Right? Didn't do anything. So it doesn't look like custard apple or atemoya likes Melbourne very much. Well, this variety in particular. I haven't tried any other varieties. I've only tried one. But I have got a couple of new ones from Daly's. The African Pride, which is still young. Took forever to get one. Took me like 3 or 4 years. And also the Mexican custard apple. And I think I got one other one. Yeah, the Poshti. The Poshti died on me. So I replaced it with a new one. But that hasn't arrived yet. They'll be coming in about a week or 2. Happy to see new growth finally coming back on my kumquat. Right? It stopped fruiting like 3 years ago. I don't know what the heck got into it. I've had it for about 4, maybe 5 years. And it was already 4 or 5 years old when I bought it. Right? So this is a 10-year-old tree, believe it or not. Yep. And it was crazy full of fruit the first couple of years, like literally 1,000 kumquats. But it hasn't fruited in 3 years. So, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I've done everything. I even removed the central branch to encourage it to go crazy, right? Didn't help. I've given it, well, you name it, I've done everything, right? Epsom salt. Well, let's just say I've covered all the bases. And hopefully with these new shoots here, it'll start flowering. This is the, I think it's the Nagami. Yeah. I sprayed the white sapotes a couple of days before the rain, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, because it was getting soot, the moldy soot, and also scale, just like the mango, the Glen. So I sprayed the Glen, and I sprayed the white sapotes here, right? This is every year. If you get these white sapotes, be prepared for a lot of scale and sooty mold, especially on some varieties like this Hawaiian Supreme. It's my favorite white sapote, but it's the one that gets affected the most by the scale, unfortunately. Yeah, so it needs 2 applications 1 week apart, right? But it doesn't seem to affect the fruiting. This is going to be a bumper year for the Hawaiian Supreme. I'm so excited. Look at that, it's packed. I thought there was going to be like 100. Looks like we're going to get 200 or 300 from the Hawaiian Supreme. Yeah, and a new growth too. And I'm not even doing anything. I'm not feeding it. I'm not watering it. That's what happens when trees reach an age of over 5 years old. This one now is 8 years old. Well, all of them are, not just that one. The same with the lemon gold here. This is the only one that doesn't get affected by scale. So if you want a trouble-free white sapote that bears heavily more than any other variety, well, in my experience, lemon gold, guys, it's crazy. It's oh, and it bears every year. It doesn't skip, and it's extremely healthy. So lemon gold. This is the Vernon, also not affected by scale so far. Things can always change, of course. There's no guarantee. This is what the scale looks like on white sapote. Right? That's it there. It comes off with pest oil, ego oil, but you've got to give it 2, maybe 3 applications, or you can just rub it off with your finger, if you don't mind getting a little, you know, nasty. And here's the Wilson variety, which is coming back with a lot of new growth and starting to set some fruit as well. This is usually a latecomer as well. But nice big fruit from the Wilson, and reliable every year. Still waiting to see what's going to happen with this dwarf Torpedo Papaya. It's the only one that survived winter, outdoors in ground, unprotected. So again, it's a waiting game. There's no sign yet of any root rot, except here at the top it's sort of given up, right? But other than that, the rest of it is fine. I might cut it here or cut it there or cut it there to encourage side shoots, but we'll see. Already getting fruit on this newly planted lemon tree. Gee, I wish mangoes were so easy as citrus, right? Look, within a couple of weeks of planting in the ground, it's fruiting. And this is a tiny tree, right? It's a dwarf lemon, the dwarf Maya. It's barely only, what, 3 feet, so 1 meter. That's how easy, guys. That's how easy citrus is here. Not like mango. You plant it in the ground and 12 months later it's dead. No, not with citrus. Too easy. The same here with the dwarf imperial mandarin. Too easy, right? We're gonna get like a dozen fruit off it in the first season. All the flowers now have switched over to setting fruit. I know it's a small tree and you shouldn't strain it with fruit in the first year, but guys, mandarins are tiny. Not like a big grapefruit. These are like that. Just slightly bigger than a plum. The stunning carob tree is shooting out a lot of new growth. Reminds me of longan. Looks just like a longan. The shoots, right? The young shoots. You could mistake it for a longan. Again, very happy, very easy. Here in Melbourne. Last summer's beans are starting to turn color, right? So you got some browning here going on. So these will be ready to pick, I'm guessing, sometime in December, just as the tree starts flowering again, as it did last year. This is the Clifford, which is a hermaphrodite, a 2-in-1, just like some of the papayas. Yeah, so as it starts to flower, these will be picked. These are the 2 persimmon trees I planted in the ground about 2 months ago, back in September, early spring. This is the Hachiya, which is holding 2 fruit already in its first season. I'm definitely going to hold on to that one. And there's another one coming on the other side, right in there. See that one? So it's 2 fruit. I might keep both. Yeah, it's a tiny little thing, only like 2.5 feet in height. And over here is the other persimmon, which I also planted out in September on the same day. This is a non-astringent. Hachiya was astringent. This is the Shuruga, supposedly the sweetest of all the non-astringent. Very sweet. So it's a turbocharged fuyu. We'll see. But very healthy. What a difference having them in pots, right? Purple guava, sending out flowers from its flower buds. The one I planted back in August at the end of winter. I'm hoping that it's going to become a big bushy tree to block that that view, right, coming straight towards me into the front yard. So that'll take about 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years. Guava's a little slow. Well, in the tropics they're very fast, but I'm not in the tropics, so it can take up to 5 years to reach the hedge. There you go. First flowers. Purple guava. Looking spiffy. The Ben Hur pomegranate, for the first time, has reached the full height of the hedge, which is close to, well, not quite 3 meters, but let's say 2.6. Yeah. This is a 10-year-old pomegranate, and it's only given us one fruit in 10 years, the Ben-Hur. So we'll see what happens this 10th year. Starting to flower, or send out flower buds. Definitely would not recommend this variety unless you want to wait 10 years for fruit. But now that it's here, it's there. I'm not the kind of person that pulls out trees if they don't fruit in 5 years. I know some of you do. I've got a lot of patience, guys. I'll wait 20 years for a tree to fruit. How's that? 20. This is the Elsh, which set fruit, well, in its second year. So did the Ben-Hur. This set fruit the second year I had it, and then it stopped fruiting. Can you believe it? For 8 years, no fruit. Whereas this has fruited every year after the second year. And look at all the flowers already. Crazy. And one flower is even turning to fruit. See that up there? These are the pomegranates you want. The ones that give instant results. Elsh. It's slightly younger. It's about 6 years old. It's very attractive. Wow. So they're the two pomegranates side by side. The Elsh and the pomegranate, the Ben-Hur. These are my two other pomegranates, which I have in pots because I didn't really have much room to plant them. They get into big, they become big trees, right? And I don't have room. Well, I kind of do have room, but they'll all be touching, right? If I plant them in there. And there's not much sun between these trees in the middle there because of those tall plums. See those two tall plums? They're full-size plums. I might pull them out eventually because the sun is here all day, right here. So if you plant something right there, it's not going to get any sun because it's underneath these plum trees or prune trees. So, and then I've got the camellia, which is also going to get pruned hard this summer. That's standing at 4 meters back there behind the plum. Yeah, so these two varieties of pomegranate, I've only had them 3 years, and they're doing so well in pots. This one almost collapsed in the wind we had last week, that cyclone. In the morning I found it leaning like that. The central stake had snapped, and one of the trunk, it's multi-trunked, right? One of the trunks had kind of snapped as well, so I had to do some repair work. That's the problem. You see here, this is Tornado Alley through the driveway. There's no help from the wind. Whatever roars through here is gonna destroy any bananas growing in pots, and these two guys, they're not gonna be happy, and there's not much I can do about that. Sorry guys, this is all open here behind me. It's all open, so whatever is in here is gonna get smashed. That's just how it is. So this one fruited last year. We got a fruit from it. I think this is the Rosavaya. Let me check. I can't remember. Got so many varieties now. No, sorry. This is the Azerbaijani. Okay. Yep, we got a fruit off this last year. Mid-size. And this one flowered and fruited, but the fruit all fell. I think this is the Rosavaya. Let me check it out. Rosavaya, yep, I was right. So These are ex-Soviet Union varieties, or Russia. From Russia with love. And my neighbor, he has the wonderful. So since he has it, I don't have one, because he freely allows me to pick off his wonderful. So one tree is enough. I'm not a huge fan of pomegranate, so it doesn't warrant having two wonderfuls, right? And his, believe it or not, that tree is only like 4 or 5 years old, and it's over 3 meters tall, and it goes crazy with fruit. Crazy with fruit. This is the pomegranate to buy, guys, to plant. If you're gonna have one pomegranate, it's the wonderful, not the other ones I showed you. It's not the best tasting pomegranate, but it's good enough. This is the other lemon guava I have, or yellow cherry guava, and that's getting bigger and bigger now, especially with all the rain we had yesterday. The sunset peach next to it, I've had this for about 5 years, and it's not going to get any taller. Maximum height of a super dwarf tree is just over 1 meter. Yeah, that's only, well, 1 meter, around 1 meter. But it's the earliest setting tree, earliest setting peaches I have. This will be ready in about 3 or 4 weeks. Yep. But anyway, it's more of a novelty. Not my favorite peach, that's for sure. But it's tiny. It's great for small spaces. I might pull it out actually and put a full-size tree here, because I need all the territory here that I can get along this fence, not wasted with little things like this. So after it fruits, I might pull it out and put it in the pot, or I might wait till winter when it gets dormant. How pretty is the feijoa, huh? Pretty, 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 pretty. Some people call it pineapple guava, some call it feijoa. Look at that. Wow, I eat these petals at this time of the year when they're soft and juicy. Yummy. Oh wow, it's like cotton candy or fairy floss. Yeah, so that's one, and I've got 2 others down there. That one, and at the end another one. So 3 feijoas. The white shatut mulberries have come. I've had quite a few already. White shatut, or Pakistani mulberries as they're called elsewhere in the world. And this is a big monster of a tree. Be very careful where you plant the white shatut. Look at it. I might even end up pulling it out, believe it or not, because it's too much work to prune, and it's touching on the 2 new trees I planted, the Mexican guava and the dwarf caracara, blood orange. Can you see what's going on? Then there's the Hicks Fancy, which is also fruiting and going crazy, right? There's a berry, but the birds get most of these. I've got no chance. No chance at all. Because it's not netted. If you don't net it, if you snooze, you lose. With birds. In my location anyway. Alright guys, it's coming up to 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. This is the Wumpy, which is shooting out all its flowers, right? And finally, the red shortwood, which we've been feasting on for a couple of weeks now. Literally hundreds of them. But I have to have it netted, otherwise we get nothing. We get zero red shortwood. Sorry that I can't show you, but trust me, it's loaded. And that's it. That's the end of part one, following the crazy amount of rain we had yesterday here in Melbourne. And we mowed the lawn just in time. That was a lot of work. Took us 4 hours. An hour and a half back here and 2.5 hours in the back. All right, guys, come back for part two. This is the Indian guava. Hope you enjoyed the update. I'm going to be making a lot of short videos for people that don't like these long videos, so they can see what you've just seen over 10 videos, 10 short videos, which is what they prefer. Okay, guys, please like and share. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And welcome back again for the next video. Bye, guys.